couple weeks ago, God told me how backwards I've been. I've been pursuing money first. It's all about the money. I want this full-time job. I want something that brings an income. And oh, by the way, God, I'll fit you in somehow. I'll find a way to fit you in, because you're important too, sure. But it's all about that money. When I first started to pursue writing, I loved it so much. I decided I want this to be my full-time career. And for 3 years, that is what I pursued. I set aside all the other hobbies that I had, and I focused on writing. From NaNoWriMo to editing, writing and publishing short stories. I got accepted into several anthologies, learning everything I could about the craft. I set aside everything else to pursue writing because I wanted to pursue that as a full-time career. I live out in the mountains now, away from the city, so it's a long drive to get to work every day. And if I could find something that'll bring me an income while I stay at home, that would be amazing. Personally, for family, for everything. And then last year, while I was talking to several authors at a convention, I realized how doable it is to become a full-time author if you really go full throttle. Write and publish 2 books a year, at least, maybe even up to 3 if you can do that. So publish 2 to 2.5 books a year, continuously, get out there, keep working on it. It may not ever be a bestseller, but by doing this, you can generally make it well enough that you can focus on that being a part-time income, if not a full-time income, as things progress. I came home from that convention all on fire, ready to go. And then the first night that I was asked to play a game with my son, he wanted to play Minecraft. And I felt guilty about having to choose, do I want to write? If I'm going to write 2 books a year, that means you're writing a lot. You're going to have to dedicate pretty much every single night to story planning, world building, to writing your first draft, to editing it, editing again, getting beta reviews, editing some more, hiring an editor to go over your stuff well enough, trying to pitch your stories to publishers, or even if you're self-publishing, there's still so much to do. Every single night you're busy. I cannot be spending time playing games with my son while I try to pursue writing, if I want to pursue it as a full-time career, while I still have a full-time job. There's so many hobbies that over the years I've learned how to do. Any one of them I would just love to do, and any one of them could become a full-time career if I really truly sat down and focused on it. But which one? I didn't know what to do. I've got photography, filmmaking. I opened this YouTube channel to pursue filmmaking, writing, programming. I was making a web application. Any one of these could become a full-time job. And some of them, like this YouTube channel, I could do with Malachi. So I'm not ignoring my family in order to pursue this. And so I set out to pursue. What is it that I want to do? What is it that if I pursue full-time could become a full-time career? And I would also like to do something that I can bring God glory through, because I'm a Christian. My life as a Christian, I should be trying to glorify God through what I'm doing, right? But first and foremost, follow that money. Try and find a full-time career. Find something that I could do that would let me stay home, that I would just love doing. Do you hear how backwards that is? A couple weeks ago, God told me how backwards I've been. I've been pursuing money first. It's all about the money. And oh, by the way, God, I'll fit you in somehow. I'll find a way to fit you in, you know, because you're important too, sure. But it's all about that money. And God showed me that, and I'm like, well, it is totally backwards. My first pursuit should be to glorify God. That should be my biggest pursuit. Whether or not I ever find a full-time career out of any of my hobbies, it doesn't matter. Which of these can I pursue that will lead to God getting more glory from me being an example to others, from me evangelizing? Which of these is going to lead there? Any one of these hobbies could do that as well. But the more I think about it, the more God was bringing to my mind this YouTube channel and the potential impact that I can have on people's lives through making videos that are more focused, not on me making money, but focused on how I can glorify God, on how I can help the church. So I hope that you will join me on this new journey, where I continue doing the things we were doing before in this channel, of it just sharing my life and my son's life, things that we're doing together that are interesting. But in each one, I want to share what God has been sharing in my life. Matthew 28, Jesus says, "Go and make disciples of all nations." And literally, that meant as you go, in your going, while you're going, make disciples. So, that's what I want this to be. Me sharing what God is sharing with me through my life and through what Malachi and I are doing together. I'm going to have a second channel that's going to be dedicated to an old website that I ran, Eternal Truth Ministry. And I hope that you check that out. That's going to be dedicated to kind of more preaching style content, short videos of just me going into different thoughts, different things that God's showing me, different things that I'm studying from the Bible. And it's going to be a lot more in depth. This channel is going to be about me, my life, with Malachi, just my family, the things that we're doing, and while we're doing the things that we're doing, how God is touching our lives, what God is teaching us. That's going to be the focus of this channel. So I hope you continue to join me on this. Just a regular guy trying to glorify God.